Hey y'all, and welcome back to Move with Katie. I am so excited to have you here today for this flow. We're going to jump into it, getting started right away in the middle of our mats with a short seated meditation. So let's take a deep breath, close the eyes, or maybe pick a point on the floor where you can look, and just gently start to soften. Inhaling, filling the lungs. Exhaling, releasing all the air out of the body. Letting go. And then allowing the breath just to become steady and stable, and as it naturally is. Inviting softness to the face. And enjoying these moments as we drop into the present moment. You've arrived here with a purpose. So maybe now, bringing palms to touch at heart center and landing on that intention, that purpose for being here. It might be taking some time for yourself. It might be connecting with others. It might be connecting inward. Or it might just be to work up a sweat. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Once you've got that intention held happily and joyfully in your mind, bring a soft smile to the corners of the eyes. A gentle lift to the corners of the mouth. A broadening of the collarbones. Maybe the shoulder blades reach for each other, as if you could squeeze a blueberry in the back. Palms stay together. Maybe the elbows lift slightly. And maybe for the first time or the next time, you notice the length in your spine, making it taller, longer, stronger. And then we're going to rub the hands together, create some heat, some friction, a little bit of warmth to start off. And once you have that warm feeling in the hands, place them over the closed eyes, feeling the warmth on your face. Fluttering the eyelashes open, rotate the eyes 3 times clockwise right and 3 times clockwise left, coming back to the right light in the room. And then we're going to take our hands and we're going to flex them out in front of us. Palms face forward. Inhale, push the heels of the hands away. And then as you exhale, drop the fingertips down. A little wrist warm up. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale down, you got it. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, last time exhale down, and this time as you come up, we're going to make some fists with the hands and circle the hands in opposite directions, one way and then the other direction. And then we'll interlace the fingers and make some figure eights with the wrists, so we're feeling nice and lubricated in those wrist joints. In yoga, we stand on the hands a lot, put a lot of pressure there, and so we want to warm them up so that they feel nice and ready for all that action they're about to get. Once we've arrived at a little bit warmer wrist space, let's find a tabletop position. And in our tabletop position, we're gonna put those wrists underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, and maybe just take a shift side to side with the hips, leaning over until you feel a little tension in the hip space. I'm just starting to loosen up there, through the low back, through the hips. And then let's point the fingertips towards the long side of your mat and continue shifting side to side, shifting over the fingertips. Maybe the weight leans forward a bit and then back a bit. And the hips are wiggling and the weight is shifting. We're kind of orienting ourselves. Maybe you take some circles with the body, one direction and then the other. And then let's point our fingertips forward, come to rest on the palms, and we're gonna untuck the toes if they're tucked, come onto the top of the feet, and we're gonna stretch out through the ankles. So we're gonna lift just the right knee and press down into the top of the right foot. So you'll feel the core engage, you'll feel the top of the foot, and a nice stretch through that right ankle. Press down the top of the right foot, hover the right knee. Take a breath, and let it out. And then set the right knee down, and we'll shift weight into the right knee, and then lift the left knee, hover it, and press the top of the left foot down so you feel a nice long ankle stretch. Nice work. Breathing. You got it. And then exhale, lower. And now we're going to take both sides once more, or you can take both feet at the same time, and we'll do that twice. So press down into the palms of the hands, and then we're going to lift both knees up, press the tops of the feet down, engage the core, press the floor away. Big ankle stretch, core work, firing it up here right away. And then set the knees down. If you've taken one side, you'll take the opposite, but if you've taken both, you'll take it one more time. Pressing tops of the feet into the floor, hover the knees up. See if you can pull them a little higher off the floor. Nice work. And then drop them down. Inhale to drop the belly, find a cow belly pose. And exhale to puff up the back of the heart. 2 more. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Last time. Inhale, drop belly. And exhale, round the spine. Tuck onto the toes. And we're going to lift our hips high into a downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out the dog, bending one knee and the other. Maybe even dropping hips side to side. It can be exaggerated or small. Just warming up, orienting yourself into your body, into this time, into this space. And then let's find a moment of stillness when you feel ready. Feet as wide as the hips, hands as wide as the shoulders. Scoop the triceps towards each other so the armpits of the elbows are trying to reach forward. So you get a nice opening through the back body. Inhale. Maybe as you exhale, you shake your head. Yes, I've got this. And maybe you shake it. No. Nothing will get me down. And then let's inhale, bring the gaze forward. And as you exhale, step, hop, tiptoe, float yourself to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, lower the heart. And we're going to plant the palms, step or hop back, high plank. And then we'll move through a Vinyasa, lowering to chaturanga or belly. Inhaling to lift the heart. And then exhaling to send the hips high, downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath here. Inhaling. And exhaling, emptying out the lungs. Press the floor away. Nice shoulder shrug. Last cycle of breath. And then we're going to get right into a flow. Bring your right leg up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the knee in towards nose. Inhale, bring the right leg back to sky. Exhale, drop the right leg over towards the right shoulder. Inhale to sky. Exhale to left elbow. Inhale to sky. Next, exhale, you're going to bring the right knee in towards nose. Step it all the way forward and through in between the hands. And we're going to lift up onto that right leg. Left toes lift. And as the right leg straightens, the fingertips lift up off the floor, pull in towards chest, finding a warrior 3. Nice and strong, nice and stable. Inhale here. As you exhale, airplane your wings behind you. Arms reach back. Maybe you find a little more height in the left toes, a little more stability by engaging the core. And then as you exhale, we're going to set the top of the left foot down, bend the right knee. So we're in a lunge, but on the top of the left toes. Inhale, reach the arms up high overhead. Nice work. Exhale, we're going to lower the back knee, bring the palms into heart center. Inhale, we're going to pop the front heel up and lean our hips forward. Then reach the arms up high overhead, interlace the fingers, release the index finger and thumb, and find a back bend here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the heel to the floor, and we're gonna bring the left elbow all the way to the outside edge of the right knee, finding a twist, looking up over the right shoulder. Inhale, sweeps the arms up high overhead. And as you exhale, right hand drops back toward left foot, left hand reaches over the head. Allow the head to drop back if it feels good. Little back bend here. Nice work. Next exhale is going to bring the left hand and the right hand to the inside of the front foot. We're going to come up onto the left toes, lift the back knee, find a lizard lunge. Take a little rock back and forth. Maybe wiggle the hips around side to side. Playing with this motion, not being too rigid. And then we'll drop down to the forearms if that feels good. The back knee can always rest on the floor. You can stay lifted to hands. But wherever you are, squeeze that right leg in towards the shoulder. Inhale and exhale. If you've come down to forearms, we'll come back onto the palms. And we're going to shift, pivoting on our back foot all the way to the heel, coming into Skandasana on that right leg. The fingertips can stay lowered, or maybe the hands reach out in front of you for balance, or maybe you bring them to heart center. Nice work. Then we'll take, with our next inhale, ourselves all the way to the left leg, bending into the left leg, finding warrior two, the back of the mat. Reaching the fingertips long, inhale. Exhale. From here, we're going to cartwheel the hands to either side of the left foot, planting them on the outside, and we're going to step that left foot back to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, find your Vinyasa, Chaturanga, or belly. Inhale to lengthen the arms, lift the heart, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. Taking a couple cycles of breath here, press the floor away, knuckle pads and finger pads into the floor, into the mat. And then we're going to sweep the left toes high towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to left shoulder. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to right elbow. One more time, inhale to the sky. And then exhale, take that left foot, set it in between the thumbs, and come all the way to stand on the left leg. Right toes lift off the floor. Find your warrior three. Hands can come to heart center. Inhale here, lengthen out from crown of head to back foot. The toes might point, or maybe they flex as if you're kicking against a wall. Whatever feels good to you, you do that. And then we'll take our hands and airplane them back behind us. Fingertips reaching for the wall behind you. Shoulder blades rolling together. Collarbone broad. Inhale here. Now if that toes are flexed, that back right foot, point it. And we're going to bend into the left leg and tap the top of the right foot down. Inhale, reach the arms high, finding your lunge on the top of the foot. Nice ankle stretch. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, settle the back knee down, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale to come up onto the left toes, lift that front heel, and lean the hips forward. Reach the hands overhead, interlace the fingers, release the index finger and thumbs. Find a big back bend. And then as you exhale, lower the heel, bring the right elbow to the outside of the left leg. Find a twist. Come back to the breath. Notice sensation. Next, inhale. We'll undo the twist, and we'll take both hands to the inside of that front foot, of the left foot. And we're going to lift onto the back toes, finding our lizard lunge. Shift the hips back and forth. Ooh, we forgot something. You guys want to do that now? Let's lower our back leg down. And we're going to reach our left hand all the way back up and over until it makes contact with that right foot, reaching the right hand behind the head. Nice back bend. Worth it. Then we'll exhale, both hands forward to the inside of that front foot and come back into that lizard lunge, where you might stay elevated on your palms, or you might lower the forearms to the floor, squeezing the left knee in towards the left shoulder, engaging from tailbone to top of head, nice long spine. Press the back heel back. Feel the length from back foot to top of head. Then we'll plant the palms once more. We'll pivot on the back foot until we come to the heel to land in Skandasana at the back of your mat. Palms might reach forward or maybe a heart center, finding the balance that feels right for you. Nice work. Next inhale carries us to a warrior two, right leg bends. Inhale to lengthen from middle finger to middle finger. Look over that right hand. Then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to either side of the right foot, step it back, high plank, and we'll move through a vinyasa. Inhaling to lift the heart, and exhaling to find downward facing. Now we're gonna do the same sequence, but a little bit different and a little bit quicker. So let's start by inhaling the right toes to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to right shoulder. Inhale, sky. Exhale, left elbow. Keep it here. And we're going to kick the foot out, finding a fallen triangle. Pivot on the back foot. Lift the left hand to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale to bend into the back leg, sinking the hips back. And then inhale to reach the hips forward. We'll do that twice more. Bend into the back leg. And then reach the hips forward. Last time, bend into the back leg. And then we're going to reach the hips forward, plant the left palm, take the right knee up and in towards armpit, and circle it all the way over the hips. We're going to land in a seated position facing the back of your mat, right knee lifted. Inhale, both arms towards sky. And exhale, find a forward fold. Maybe you take the right hand and you wrap it around behind the knee, and then you meet it with the left hand, finding a bind. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Next, inhale, gaze comes forward. And as you exhale, undo that bind. Let the left hand settle down behind the hip. We're going to lift the hips and heart. Find a wild thing. Take a big circle with the right arm, one direction, and then the other. And then we're going to take that right foot. We're going to pull it up and in towards chest, moving through a side plank, and all the way, step it forward to the front of the mat. And we're going to lift up onto that right leg, right away into our warrior three. Inhale here. And then you know where we're going. Set the left toes down. Reach the arms high. Find your lunge on the top of the foot. Exhale, lower the hips. Lift the front toe. Find an interlace of the fingers. Release index and thumb and find a big back bend. Exhale, left hand to the outside of right knee. Find a twist. Inhale to circle right arm around. Drop it back. Find that back bend in your lunge. Exhale, hands plant on the inside of the front foot, finding a lizard lunge. Lift the back knee. Lengthen the heart through the collarbones, lower onto the elbows. From here, we'll take the right hand and reach it up towards sky. Inhale. As you exhale, right fingertips to the temple, and we're going to take a couple thoracic twists, closing the left elbow towards left hand, and then opening towards sky. Two more. Closing and opening, and closing, and opening. And then we'll set the right palm down, lift up onto the left palm, pivot on the back heel, find that Skandasana. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two at the back of the mat. Reach the hands long. Inhale, flip the palm, reach the hands forward, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Nice work. Exhale, bring the left elbow to the front knee. Reach the right arm long, extended side angle pose. Nice big side body stretch. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to straighten the front leg, lower the left hand, come into triangle pose. Take a breath. Let the body feel the engagement in a forward, backward, upward, downward, and sideways motion. And then exhale, both palms to either side of the front foot. Step that left foot back, high plank, and we'll lower through a flow. Inhaling to lift the heart, and exhaling to find your downward facing dog. 2 cycles of breath here. Great work, yogis. Coming back to sensations, focusing on the breath. Next, inhale, sweeps the left toes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to left shoulder. Inhale to the sky. Exhale to right elbow. Hold it here. And then we'll kick the left foot off to the side and open right hand to the sky, finding your fallen triangle. Inhale here. Then as you exhale, we're going to bend the back knee, set the hips back. Inhale to reach everything forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach. Last time, you got it. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach forward. We're going to set right hand down. Firm up through the core. Pull the left knee in towards the armpit, and then circle it all the way back and down around the hips, settling it down on the outside of the right hip, and then setting both feet down, facing now the front of your mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, reach both arms for the right foot, finding a forward fold. Maybe in this fold, you then take the left hand and you wrap it around behind the left leg. Right fingertips come to meet it, finding a bind. Next, inhale. You'll lift the gaze. Right hand plants behind the hips. And we're going to lift the hips, lift the heart into a wild thing. Taking a big circle with the left arm in one direction. And then the other. And then nice and strong, shifting like we're going into a side plank on that right leg, pulling the left knee up and in, and all the way forward to the back of the mat. We're gonna lift up into a warrior 3 on the left leg. Gorgeous. Hands come into chest. Inhale. And then as you exhale, airplane your wings behind you. Inhale to bend into the front knee, set the top of the right toes down, and reach the arms up high overhead. Find a lunge. Exhale, lower the back knee, bring the hands to heart center, then pop the heel, and hands go right back up. Release the thumb and pointer finger as you take a big back bend. Then as you exhale, lower the heel, drop the right hand to the outside of the left leg, find a twist. As you inhale, left hand drops back, right hand reaches up and over, and we find a back bend in our lunge. Then as you exhale, palms are going to plant forward on the inside of the left foot. We'll find our lizard lunge by lifting the back toes and then lowering forearms gently to the floor. We're going to take the left hand, open it towards sky. Bring the left fingertips towards the temple and exhale. Close left elbow to right hand. Inhale to open, finding that twist. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Last time, close and open. Left hand can reach for the sky, and then it will set right back down, planting both palms. And we'll pivot on the back foot, finding your Skandasana. Palms come to heart center. Exhale into warrior 2, arms nice and long. Inhale, flip the palm, reach the hand up and over, reverse the warrior. Then exhale, right hand to right knee, left arm long over the head, finding your extended side angle pose. Inhale here. Exhale, reach left fingertip and left foot away from each other, nice and long. Then we're going to straighten through the front leg, lower the right fingertips, find your triangle pose. Next, exhale, left hand lowers towards the floor, right hand steps outside the right foot, pivot on the back foot and step back, find your high plank. Exhale, lowering chaturanga. Inhale to lift the heart, and exhale, find your downward facing dog. Take a big cycle of breath here. Next inhale brings the gaze forward, and as you exhale, step, hop, tiptoe your feet to the front of the mat. Find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower the heart. Next, inhale, sinks the hips down. Reach the arms out in front of you. So we're finding a nice low squat here. Maybe the heels are lifted. Maybe you're on your ankles. We've been doing a lot of work with our ankle strength and mobility here. So just pausing here for a moment. And then as you exhale, here's a couple options. One is to set yourself right down on your booty, and we'll meet you there. Two is to tuck your knees onto your elbows and take a little brief crow pose, pulling the heels up into the hips. Just taking a moment of playtime there, maybe rocking back and forth if that feels good. And then when you're ready, you'll set the toes down and we'll all meet together in a seated position in the middle of our mats. Take the bottoms of the feet together and we'll find a Supta Baddha Konasana, our bound ankle pose. Interlace the fingers underneath the toes, maybe flap the knees a little, or maybe find stillness. Inhale to lengthen the heart. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Beginning to slow down. Beginning to feel all the benefits that this quick but playful practice gives to your body and mind. Next, inhale, lifting the heart. And as you exhale, let's take the feet nice and wide, finding a wide-legged posture. And we're going to reach our arms out nice and long. Inhale. And as you exhale, turn your waist over the right side, and then exhale, fold forward, hugging that right leg. Maybe the forearms rest, maybe the forehead rests, maybe just the fingertips. You know what feels right in your body. There's no wrong. Then we'll exhale to walk our hands over towards the center of our wide-legged fold. And maybe you stack the hands, make a little pillow for the face. Maybe you actually grab a pillow or whatever is near you, or maybe the forearms rest. All just options. And then we'll walk our hands all the way over to that left leg, finding a fold, feeling the side bend on that left leg. And then we'll lift, look towards the left toes, lift the heart, and one time open the arms up wide, facing that left leg, then open them back to the center. Then reach the hands underneath the knees and gently bring the knees together. And we'll face the short end of your mat, and we'll gently roll all the way down to the back body. And once you've landed on the back body, we will take a couple of gentle bridge postures here, poses, bringing the heels in close to the glutes and squeezing the inner thighs together, inhaling. And as you exhale, lift the hips for the sky. Gently roll the shoulders slightly under and tuck the chin, getting a nice strength, engage the glutes. Maybe the palms interlace, helping you find a little more height, or maybe they stay next to the heels. And then as you exhale, roll down one vertebrae at a time. We'll bring both knees in towards chest, gently rocking side to side. Massaging the low back. And then we'll keep the right knee in, let the left leg go long. Inhale here. And as you exhale, guide the right knee over to the left side of the body, finding a twist. Flattening shoulders against the earth. Especially pressing that right shoulder down. Right hand looks over the right. Gaze goes over the right hand. Every inhale lengthens the breath. Every exhale finds a little more space to twist. And then your next inhale brings the gaze to neutral. And as you exhale, bring the right knee in towards chest and the left knee follows. Little shift side to side. Hands come to the knees, then both hands on the left knee. Send the right leg long. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, guide the knee over to the right side of the body, finding a twist. Lowering left shoulder towards the earth and maybe gazing over the left hand. Use the breath to find more space or to let something go. The next inhale brings gaze to neutral. And as you exhale, bring both knees back into chest. Take any postures that are calling to you in these final moments in our practice. And then when you're ready, extending both legs long, letting the palms reach out wide. Maybe giving yourself a little micro adjustment once you arrive there by kicking the heels out away from you one leg at a time, rolling the shoulders under so that the thumbs reach for the floor in the direction away from your body. And then closing the eyes and gentling everything, letting everything dissolve into the softness and sensations that live here in this present moment. Maybe you notice that there's tension somewhere in the face and you let it go. Maybe you notice some tingling and you just let that be. No need to fix it or itch it or change it. Just using this time to accept whatever comes into the body. And let it go. If the mind starts to wander, there's no judgment here. Just allow that thought to dissipate as quickly as it arose, like a bubble, easily bursting, shiny, fun to follow, but truly intangible. When you feel like you want to leave this practice, I encourage you to try to stay for just a few breaths more. Noticing that our desire for heat, for fire, is so driving, whereas our desire for rest can be overridden and is equally as important and necessary. So giving yourself just a few more breaths of rest. And then when you are ready, begin by first deepening the breath. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe gently dipping ankles and wrists and neck side to side. And then taking a big full body stretch. Before rolling over to one side of the body, bringing knees in towards chest, cradling the head and the arms. Taking a pause before gently pressing yourself back to a seated position. That Sukhasana where we begin and end our practice. An easy pose. Maybe the hands touch at heart center once more, or maybe they rest in your lap. And you either thank the intention that carried you through this practice, or invite yourself to remember to carry it with you beyond your mat if it will serve you. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today, friends. Namaste. Thanks, y'all. May you be well, and I'll see you again soon.